All right, Huck, 12 and 13. People are getting some stuff wrong, so I want to spend a little bit of time on this. Speaking about wrong, this picture is wrong. Why is this picture wrong? A, Huck is too big. B, Huck is dressed too well. C, Jim is dressed too well. C, Jim is too small. And finally, the raft is really too small, and the river is too small. All right, it's everything about this picture is completely wrong. And this is kind of where people are when they're reading the book, is so a lot of you are wrong. This is a better view of things. It's a gigantic raft, all right? Because it's going to be about the size of a football field. This is how they're bringing wood down from Minnesota down to paper mills and sawmills a little further off. Well, then in the storm, one of these things got lost. It's big, it's floating. Huck and Jim are on it. So later on down the line, somebody else is going to grab it and say, hey, this wood looks cool, let's use it. Right now it's not there. So you can't move this raft close up to something else. The boat that they're doing used to look like that, and then it sank, and so that's what they're robbing from on this boat. Everyone here has been very busy. Some of you have been very busy keeping up with the Tiger King. Some of you have been very busy keeping up with Animal Crossing. Some of you are busy with OnlyFans. However, this is our week where the money is on the table. On Wednesday, you have the AP exam. It is going to be a relatively easy exam, but you should prep for it. And so I have the Queen's speech. I have all sorts of other stuff set up for the Queen's speech. And I have things that you can print out and use for your cheat sheets. But I know some of you are going to be like, dude, and not do it. But I need you to think about it because you can do really well on this test. Enough of that. Okay. So Huck and Jim are going down the river on this big raft. Everything's cool. Jim's like, great. The people aren't going to catch me and sell me back into slavery. That's great. I just have to keep up with this crazy white kid. Again, think about this story from Jim's point of view. Don't think about it from Huck. Huck has got everything. He doesn't know what's going on, and he slowly learns the hard way, because this is a book where bad things happen to people all the time. Huck only escapes because he is a little white boy who's got friends who get him out, but bad things keep happening. This isn't the same as Jane Eyre. This isn't the same with Moby Dick. You know, where rescues come on and Pip gets picked up and he gets brought back on the ship. Or Jane goes running off from Rochester's house and finds up with her cousins. That happy little stuff does not happen to Huck Finn, or doesn't happen until near the end of the book. So here are the robbers that are on the boat. They're there stealing stuff from the boat, and stupid them to put all their stuff in another boat, right? They're not expecting a 12-year-old kid with dreams of visions of glory to come up and get onto their thieving. And this is the boat. Now, this is the very top of one of those paddle wheel steamers, all right? The Texas and then the chart house, those are the things that are right up at the top. So there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of room there. The boat is pretty much sinking. Right now it's just resting on something. That's what keeps it up. So now let's deal with some of the important stuff that happens in this chapter. First thing, and this just passes on by, Illinois is right here, and that's free. That is free. Let's erase this. Great. Go back to my little pen. Free. Missouri is slave. Tennessee, Kentucky, slave. Slave. So, as Jim is drifting down the river, and they start here, and now they've gone past St. Louis, and now they're down to Bainbridge, Jim's not really sure where he is. He doesn't really know. And they don't really know because they're not stopping where they're traveling in the middle of the night. The river is 10 miles wide. So you can't see either side either. So he doesn't know, but he needs to get to Illinois because it's free. All right. So in chapter 12, they stop on the boat. And Huck is a 12-year-old idiot. And he thinks the world that he lived in with Tom Sawyer and Hannibal is the world that he exists. So Tom Sawyer goes and attracts a Sunday school group saying that they're robbers and Persians and stuff like that. And they're going to get away with it, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun adventure. And nothing bad is going to happen to them on the adventure. And Jim's like, or not. And he's going to, so they come and they see the sinking boat. And Huck's like, hey, let's go. And Jim's dead set against it. Of course. But he can't tell the white kid, hey, let's not land there because I might get caught. I might get captured. It's a problem. Let's not do this. He can't say that to him because Huck's going to realize, oh, yeah, I'm helping this black kid, this slave escape. He can't tell him the truth. All right. So he says, don't want to fool with it. Doesn't give him a big, strong reason. Huck, on the other hand, is like, oh, no, look at this. And then they might have cigars, I bet you, that cost 5 cents a piece, solid cash. Again, he's worth $6,000. He makes $1 a day out of interest. He has no idea about money. He's just taking stuff. So now he goes into this. Do you think Tom Sawyer would ever go buy this thing? Not for pie, he wouldn't. He'd call it an adventure, and that's what he'll call it. Sure, because Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn are entitled white kids, and they're rich, and everybody knows they're rich, and if they go and they upset a Sunday school running around, everyone's going to go, ha, 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 ha. Isn't that so much? They're so droll. But that's not happens outside of Hannibal. No one knows about Huck. So he's going in here to do this when he thinks it's all going to be happy endings, and it's not going to be a happy ending. So here's the ending. They get on the boat, they walk around. Huck starts to realize that Jim's in a lot of trouble. The people on there are going to shoot this other guy. So Jim and Huck, they go to find their boat. Their boat's gone. So all they have left is the robber's boat. Well, they take the robber's boat, they cut it, they sail off. Hey, let's go find the police and tell them about it. There are no police. And as they go off to do this, the robbers and the guy they were going to kill are stuck on the boat. The boat shifts. It goes out into the river. River is 10 miles wide. River is very deep. And the boat sinks. And they all die. Huck doesn't say that because he's not aware of it. He says this. Well, before long, here comes the wreck, dim and dusky, sliding along down. A kind of cold shiver went through me, and I struck out for her. Why does he go out for her? Because he knows he just killed everybody. She was very deep, but I see in a minute there wasn't much touch of anybody being alive in her. I pulled all around her and hollered a little, but there wasn't an answer. All dead still. I felt a little bit heavy-hearted about the gang, but not much, for I reckoned if they could stand it, I could. That last part's a lie. Because we know it's a lie, because he was so freaked out that these people are going to die, he makes up this amazing cock and bull story. This amazing story that gets the guy with the steamboat to get out there to look around to see if what's-her-face, who's really rich, is out there that he could rescue her and bring her up this thing. What an amazing lie he makes. Just a tremendous performance. Why does he spend the time on this tremendous performance? Why doesn't he just stick out in the middle of the river with Jim? Because he doesn't want the people to die. And so then, even worse, he tells the guy fires up the steamboat. He goes to search for this. And Huck goes out too. Because he's right there. And Huck gets there. And he sees it. And it's deep. And everyone's dead. And even though he's sure everyone's dead, he rows around and hollers to see if there was any answer. Because he's hoping against hope that by stealing this boat, he didn't kill 3 men. But he killed 3 men. He did it. He's not sorry about it either. He did it. Jim's not sorry about it either. Because Jim's like, I've escaped. I'm alive. I get to go home with the family. Good. But this is one of the chapters that shows that this isn't playtime anymore. This isn't Tom Sawyer having fun learning things. And what did Huck learn? Just like with a snake. Huck learns with the snake, let's not do anything stupid because it's the hair. Same thing with this. Imitating Tom Sawyer gets you dead. So let's not do it. All right, so that's for these two chapters. I think most people did a nice job with it, but some of you, way to read this book is to read it from Jim's point of view. Huck's telling Jim's story. All right, good luck with the test.